And the recorder has started. So, ladies and gentlemen, the topic which we are discussing, just to briefly recap, that what we are doing is we are covering the access networks. We are covering the access network. What is the access network? I have already explained in detail that in a network, access network. An access network is a network which connects a sub office, may I call it a sub office, with a sub office with the service provider, which may I call as the central office. So definitely to connect this the sub office, your home, for example, or such a place, your sub office need to be connected to the central office, and this network which connects them is called the access network. Now, you may be a small business or a home, small business or a home, uh, which I am calling as a subscriber office. Now, for this we have different technologies. Like for example, I discussed with you the modem. I discussed with you the ADSL. If you remember in the last class, I told you last time that you can have a cable network. Cable network. You may use the cable network for this purpose. You may use the you may use the mobile data for this purpose, or you may use the passive optical network, or you may use the active optical network. So these are some of the technologies which are in use today to connect your office, your home, to the central office. Similarly, mean big businesses, organizations like your university, for example, either we have a lease line, the company takes the lease line, or it may take the SDSL, which is also called the DSL, okay, which is also called the business DSL. And you may have if none of the technology is available, you may go for a satellite communication or a satellite link as well. So these are some of the methods which we are trying to cover. All of them, the objective of both of them, whether you are using a modem or a DSL or a cable or a mobile data or an optical network, or you get a lease line, or you go for a business DSL, or you go for a satellite channel. In all cases, the objective is to connect your office to the central office, which means the service provider. I hope you understand my what I want to say. Is it right, ladies and gentlemen? The objective is clear, Iram?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So today we are starting with the cable. That all and the good point about the DSL or the cable network is that they are already have the infrastructure available. So the same infrastructure may be used, because for example, when we are using the full network, so it is already present. Just we use at the end equipment, like for example, at the central office we use the DSLAM, and at the home part, we are at the sub office, we have a DSL router, DSL modem. So this is additional, further nothing addition is required, and you are connected to a ISP service provider. Similarly, the same cable network is already there, which you are using to disseminate the video or TV channels. So similarly, if there are TV channels, there maybe 100 channels are there, we can have 101, and in the 101 we can have the data there. So the customer can get the advantage, and it is beneficial for both for the customer as well as for the service provider, because now the service provider will charge you a good amount. Okay, so gentlemen, we are on the cable network. So in the cable network, the central office is normally called as the cable head end. Cable head end. The cable head end, from the cable head end, a coaxial cable starts, and that coaxial cable is shared with number of users. आपने देखा होगा कि एक ही केबल आपके घर के बाहर से गुजर रही होती है, आप भी उसी केबल को कट करते हैं, एक टी कनेक्टर लगाते हैं या बूस्टर लगाते हैं, स्प्लिटर लगाते हैं और अपने घर पे तार लेकर चले जाते हैं और अपने टीवी के साथ लगा देते हैं. आपके नेबर डू द सिमिलर, द नेक्स्ट नेबर डू द सिमिलर, a person in the next street do the similar task, and in this way a same cable is shared between number of users. So the job of this cable headend is basically multiplexing. It is using the frequency division multiplexing. Do you know what is the frequency division multiplexing, ladies and gentlemen? Anyone can explain me a little bit? What is frequency division multiplexing?
सर फ्रीक्वेंसी डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग में एक ही फ्रीक्वेंसी मुख्तलिफ यूजर में डिवाइड होती है सर. ए काइंड ऑफ it's a way kind of distribution of frequency.
The last what you said, I sorry, I didn't understood your comment. What you're doing in the FDM?
So we are actually multiplying and we're dividing the frequency among different users.
Okay. Nice. What your name?
Iram Hassan, sir.
Okay, Iram, if I explain you the multiplexing first and then I tell you that what is the difference, although you explained it rightly, in the multiplexing, my God, multiplexing, what we have different technologies or different methods. For the analog, normally we have the FDM, we can have the TDM, time division multiplexing, or we can have the code division multiplexing, CDM, or even we can have the space division multiplexing, SDM. Okay, so these are the different multiplexing techniques which are available to us. In the frequency division multiplexing, what happens that, for example, I can give you the example of your well-known GSM, for example, GSM. In the GSM, for example, you know, in Pakistan, we have different operators like Ufone, we have Telenor, we have Zong. Telenor, spelling पे तवज्जो मत दिया करें, मैंने जल्दी से लिखना होता है. And then the Zong, then is the Warid, Mobilink, blah blah. So what happens basically? The PTA, which is the Pakistan Telecom Authority, has a fixed band. For example, for GSM, it is 25 megahertz. 25 megahertz. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this 25 megahertz, it is given to 5 different operators. So each operator, for example, have 5 megahertz of bandwidth. Each operator has a 5 megahertz of the 5 megahertz of bandwidth. Okay. Now this 5 megahertz is divided into 200 kilohertz channels. 200 kilohertz. So कोई है जो मुझे बता सके कि if each channel is of 200 kilohertz, how many channels are possible in 5 megahertz? 5 megahertz. Shabash. Who can give me some idea just that if my channel is of 200 kilo, how many channels are possible in 5 megahertz? Shabash. को मैंने ख्याल मुश्किल सवाल पूछ लिया है. अब देखें ना, अगर एक में 200 है तो 2 में कितना होगा 400, 3 में कितना होगा 600. Gentlemen, only 25 channels I have written on the whiteboard. You can see on the whiteboard, Muhammad Salman, I have written on the whiteboard 25 channels. Because if one is of 200, the 5 will be 1000, which means 1 meg. And if I have in 1 meg, I have 5 channels. So in 5 megahertz, I will have 25 channels. Simple. Does it make sense? Or it is something very difficult maths? Okay. So Sher Ali कहता है कोई मसला नहीं है, simple maths है. Okay. So gentlemen, So I have 25 channels. Now this 25 channels, for example, this starts from 900, and let it be this start from 900 mega. So the first channel will be from 900 mega up to 900.2, which means 200 plus, 200 किलो प्लस हो गया उसमें. So 200 किलो को अगर मेगा में कन्वर्ट कर दें तो 0.2 हो जाएगा. एडिट, तो द फर्स्ट चैनल विल बी फ्रॉम 900 up to 902. 902. The next caller or the next customer will be, or the channel will be from 902 up to 904 and so on. So this is the concept of frequency division, that we have divided your 500 megahertz into 25 different channels, each of 200 kilohertz. So the first channel is of 200 kilohertz, which is from 900 megahertz up to 902.2 megahertz. The next one will be from 0.2 up to 0.4. The next will be from 0.24 to 0.6 and so on. So this is the basic concept of frequency division multiplexing. Then, gentlemen, is the time division multiplexing, TDM. Now the same 200 kilohertz channel, 100 kilohertz channel is divided or given in time to 8 different users, to 8 different users, 8 different users simultaneously. How? I hope you have studied these topics in your communication system course. Am I right or wrong? Salman, Sher, Iram. Okay. तो आपने पहले से पढ़ा हुआ है कि ये 200 किलोहर्ट्ज का चैनल 8 डिफरेंट यूजर्स को किसमें, अब लाजमी तौर पे अगर 8 डिफरेंट यूजर एक वक्त में इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो नीड टू बी मल्टीप्लेक्स्ड. तो यूं 25 चैनल्स हैं, 25 into 8. So 25 into 8 is 200. तो इसके मतलब 200 यूजर्स साइमल्टेनियसली इसको यूज कर सकते हैं आपके 5 मेगाहर्ट्ज के बैंड को. किस तरह? फॉर एग्जांपल जेंटलमैन, अगर ये मेरा लेट इट बी दिस वन, दिस इज माय कंप्लीट 200 kilohertz channel, and I divide it in time. I divided in time this whole into 8 channels, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 up to 8. So this 200 kilohertz will be used by user number 1 for example, 10 millisecond or 1 millisecond. The next millisecond will be of this user. The next millisecond will be of this user. The next will be 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond, and after then again this will get 1 millisecond. So in this way, a rotation will be taken, and the same frequency will be used by 8 different users simultaneously. So because you are dividing the time in it means after in 8 millisecond, every user is given 1 millisecond, and again it is repeated like this. So this is called time division multiplexing. So in digital data, digital communication, we mostly use the TDM, time division multiplexing. Similarly, we can have the code division multiplexing, where we generate different codes. We generate different codes. Let it be code number 1, code number 2, up to blah blah blah, up to code number, let it be n. We have n number of codes. So we assign code number 1 to user 1. We assign code number 2 to user 2. We assign code number n to user n. So when our data is multiplied with these special codes, which are pseudo-random codes, which are Walsh codes, for example. Again, I don't know whether you have studied these things in your communication system course or not, but when you create these, when you multiply your data with these code, it becomes something different, such that it does not affect others in the same frequency. So you are using in the same frequency band the data of different users, but as they are multiplied by different codes, they will not interfere with one another. So the job of the multiplexing is कि आपका और आपके और साथियों का डेटा एक दूसरे के साथ मिक्स ना हो, एक दूसरे को इफेक्ट ना करे. तो देखा, कभी हमने फ्रीक्वेंसी में उनको अलग अलग कर लिया, कभी हमने उनको टाइम में अलग अलग कर लिया, कभी हमने उनको एक खास कोड से मल्टीप्लाई किया जिससे वो एक दूसरे के साथ रहते हुए भी एक दूसरे के साथ इफेक्ट नहीं कर सके. तो दिस इज कॉल्ड दी कोड डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग. सो जेंटलमैन, जो चीज हम पढ़ रहे थे असल में वो था हमारा टॉपिक फ्रीक्वेंसी डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग, विच इज यूज्ड इन आवर केबल network. Like for example, you have 100 channels, let it be, you have Jio, you have ARY, you have Aaj, Hum, Dunya, blah blah. So you assign the first frequency F1, for example, to Jio, F2 to ARY, F3 to Dunya, F4 to PTV, and so on. In this way, you have 100 channels on different frequencies. So your cable is carrying all of them simultaneously. But when it is, so who combine them? This office, cable head end, combine them, multiplex them. So it gets from, for example, from air, from dish, from satellite, different channels like ARY, Dunya, PTV, and others, and combine them, multiplex them, and send it on a single cable. Your home receives them, and then it demultiplex them, and then choose one of the. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने देखा होगा कई आप घरों पे एक से ज्यादा टीवी होते हैं, एक कमरे में कोई जियो देख रहा होता है, दूसरे में कोई स्पोर्ट्स चैनल देख रहा होता है, तीसरे में कोई न्यूज चैनल देख रहा होता है, फोर्थ में कोई म्यूजिक चैनल देख रहा होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि सारे के सारे उसमें मौजूद हैं, सारे के सारे डीमल्टीप्लेक्स हो गए हैं. अब आपके उसका टीवी का काम है कि उनमें से कौन सा चैनल पिक करता है और प्ले कर देता है. लेकिन ये तो इंफॉर्मेशन थी अबाउट योर नॉर्मल टीवी. लेकिन अगर आप इसी केबल हेड के को एक आईएसपी के साथ भी ज्वाइन कर दें कि उसको टीवी चैनल तो मिले लेकिन उसको साथ साथ आईएसपी भी मिल जाए, तो उसको भी वो मल्टीप्लेक्स कर देगा. सिमिलरली एज आई एक्सप्लेन्ड यू प्रोबब्ली यस्टरडे और ऑन मंडे, ऑन वेडनेसडे और थर्सडे जब भी आपकी क्लास थी, कि यू हैव ए स्प्लिटर देन, you have a splitter then, which is at your home. Now this splitter will separate the video part, which means the TV, which will go to the TV, and the other one will be a cable. As we have a DSL modem, we have a cable modem now, which will again, because this data is Mars Afridi. Okay, so I'm allowing you people to join this with your other email addresses, but it is advisable कि आप लोग सिर्फ अपने यूईटी का, जो आपने यूनिवर्सिटी को जो भी दिया हुआ है, उसको इस्तेमाल करें. नेक्स्ट वीक से आपको पता है कि आपके किस तरह मैं आपको ग्रेड करूंगा. आई विल बी टेकिंग मे बी 10 एग्जाम्स which I call as the activities, which I call as the exam activities. So these activities can take, these are pop-up, यानी कोई आपको पहले नहीं बताया जाएगा कि जी आज आपकी मेहरबानी के साथ आपने मुझे एक अदद एग्जाम एक्टिविटी करनी है या टास्क एक्टिविटी करनी है. No, I will never tell you. Bas I will take them and I will grade them. And at the end of the day, when the final exam will be over, everything will combine and the final result will be displayed. और उसमें किसी किस्म की मैं मुदाखलत किसी से भी बर्दाश्त नहीं करता, क्योंकि मैंने बड़े आराम से आपको बताया हुआ है कि क्लास में आना भी आपकी अपनी मिसाल के तौर पे. इन दिस सेक्शन आई हैव probably more than around 40 people and there are only 11, the rest are sleeping at their home. So why they should, and then how they can claim that they deserve something A grade, बल्कि उनको तो दिल चाहता है कि A+++ ग्रेड दिया जाए. भाई ग्रेड में मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। पढ़ाते वक्त मैंने आपको कभी नहीं कहा कि क्वेश्चन मत करो। कभी कहा है आपको कि क्वेश्चन मत करो? अजहर, हसन, हुस्ना, इरम, जवेरिया, कभी
नो
नहीं
सर।
कहा। राइट। तो क्या फिर आपका एग्जाम प्रॉपर लेना क्या मेरा फर्ज नहीं बनता? जब आपको तमाम मटेरियल भी प्रॉपर देता हूँ, लेक्चर भी आपके रेगुलर लेता हूँ, ये नहीं कहा कि जी रिकॉर्ड कर लूँ एक लेक्चर और फिर कहूँ जी आप जब आप दिल चाहे सुन लो, और बस मैं आपको सेपरेट क्लासेस लेता हूँ, आपको सेपरेट वो देता हूँ, टाइम देता हूँ। ये नॉन बास टीचर ये भी कर रहे हैं कि एक लेक्चर उसको रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं और फिर वो डाल देते हैं कि जी सुन लें, अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो कर लें, नहीं है तो बस ठीक है। लेकिन आई नेवर डू दिस। व्हेन आई एम लॉयल विद माय जॉब, तो आई एक्सपेक्ट कि आप भी अपने काम के साथ कोई भी अगर आपकी पॉइंट है विच यू वांट टू रेज, आई एम रेडी टू रिस्पॉन्ड, कोई इशू नहीं है। लेकिन ये भी फिर मुझसे एक्सपेक्ट करना कि मैं आप लोगों को कोई स्पेशल फेवर दूंगा, यही स्पेशल फेवर होगी कि जिसका जो ग्रेड बनता है वही उसको दूं, ना उससे ज्यादा दूं ना उससे कम दूं। इज इट एक्सेप्टेबल एवरीवन?
यस सर।
ओके, नाइस
बिल्कुल सर।
नाइस, ठीक है। तो इसलिए आप लोग अपने उसी ईमेल के जरिए वो करें, क्योंकि अगर अभी मैं एक एक्टिविटी लेकर यहाँ पे डालता हूँ तो फिर आप लोग उस एक्टिविटी आप तक नहीं पहुंचेगी। फिर पहले भी कई दफ़ा ऐसे मसाइल आए, फिर समझ नहीं आती कि भाई बागियों को मिल रहा है, इसको क्यों नहीं मिल रहा। पता चलता है कि वो तो उसी ईमेल से लॉगिन ही नहीं हुआ और उसका एक लाजमी तो एक्टिविटी का एक फिक्स टाइम होता है। अब ये भी मैं नहीं कर सकता कि जी किसी को 10 बजे वो दूं और अगले को 10:30 बजे दूं, क्योंकि अगेन बाकी स्टूडेंट उस पर क्वेश्चन रेज करते हैं कि जी इसको बाद में मिला है, इसको तो पहले से पता चल गया था पूरा पेपर, ये कैसा एग्जाम्स है। तो फिर उसको भी फेवर नहीं दी जा सकती। तो इसलिए प्लीज यही आपके लिए बेहतर है कि आप मुझे पता है कि आप लोगों के बिकॉज ऑफ द अकाउंट इश्यूज ये आपके जो ईमेल एड्रेसेस हैं वो ब्लॉक कर दिए गए हुए हैं, लेकिन जैसे भी पॉसिबल है देने तो आपने हैं। यूनिवर्सिटी ने आपको बगैर पैसे लिए हुए डिग्री तो देनी नहीं है। तो बेहतर है कि अपनी अगर पॉसिबल है, मुझे पता है कि हालात आजकल बड़े बुरे हैं, लेकिन अगर पॉसिबल है तो कर लें ताकि मसाइल से बच सकें। ओके जेंटलमैन, सो आई कंटिन्यू। तो मैं बता रहा था कि यहाँ पे आपका स्प्लिटर है जो कि आपका टीवी पार्ट आपके टीवी को दे देता है और आपका डेटा पार्ट जो है वो केबल मॉडेम को दे देता है, जो कि उसके आगे आप अपने वायरलेस एक्सेस पॉइंट लगा लें तो वायरलेस आपका नेटवर्क बन जाएगा, वाईफाई बन जाएगा। अगर आप केबल्स के जरिए कनेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, आप यूटीपी केबल लगा लें। तो यूटीपी तो समझते हैं ना, अनशील्डेड ट्विस्टेड पेयर केबल। ठीक है जेंटलमैन, तो इसी चीज को हम लेकर आगे चलते हैं कि देखें उसी केबल हेड एंड को जो मैंने अभी आपको बताया। केबल हेड एंड का काम क्या है? दैट इज ए केबल मॉडेम टर्मिनेशन सिस्टम। तो बेसिकली देयर इज ए केबल मॉडेम टर्मिनेशन सिस्टम वेयर यू आर गेटिंग दी your TV channels as well as you are connected to an ISP service provider. Now it is multiplexed here and sent on the same coaxial cable, and even it is better than the DSL in the sense that it can provide you more data rate. For example, you can achieve around less than 24 megabit per second downstream and around 2 megabit per second upstream. मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी आपको स्पीड चेक करके बताया था और उसमें हमने देखा था कि बिकॉज आई एम यूजिंग ए DSL, मेरा अप और डाउन में बहुत फर्क है। मिसाल के तौर पे इवन इफ आई डू इट अगेन, I speed check here, ladies and gentlemen. I do the speed test by Ookla, for example, and here I am. And when I found some optimal server to send some packets, so I got Unitel network in Rawalpindi, and I'm sending some packets, and I'm waiting for the response, and the response is quite bad, 89 millisecond. But the speed is good. I'm getting around more than 7.2 around megabit per second down. 7.3 megabit per second down. But I will be getting around 0.56 something in the up. So you can see the up and down are different. That's the reason this is called asymmetric. But if they are equal, then it is called a business DSL, or it is called as the business DSL or a synchronous asymmetric DSL. But the example which you are looking at your screen now is the example of ADSL, asymmetric DSL. Is it clear, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it is nice, if it's clear, then may I continue? But the behavior of your cable network is approximately the same as well. That it will give you around 30 megabit per second in the down and 2 megabit per second up. Why it is like this? Because it is the normal behavior of the user. Why I call it a normal behavior? Because you know the behavior is that most of the time you people are watching, for example, YouTube, Facebook, any other social media, and you are mostly what you're doing, you are downloading, and you are what you are uploading, maybe a few emails in a day, maybe not more than 2-3 in a day. So with me you require less to upload and more to download. That's the reason it seems to be an optimal solution for a normal user. ठीक है, why to waste? अगर लाजमी तौर पे दोनों आपको इक्वल चाहिए, देन डेफिनेटली इसका मतलब है कि आपको अपस्ट्रीम का में भी ज्यादा बैंडविड्थ चाहिए और डाउन में भी ज्यादा चाहिए, लेकिन नॉर्मल यूजर को ऐसी जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन बिग बिजनेसेस को ऐसी जरूरत है. मिसाल तो पे इफ यू आर इन द यूनिवर्सिटी, many of the students will be downloading papers, many of the students will be uploading their research work, so it requires both. So in such organizations we have both same, approximately same. Okay, one thing more, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a which we call as the hybrid fiber coax. Hybrid fiber coax. What it means? First of all, what means by the, if I change the color, it will be nice because this blue color is not more visible, and I make it bold as well so that it is visible more. So now it is visible more, I hope. So what it means? What mean by the hybrid? Which is composed of more than one item. This is called hybrid. जैसे मिसाल के तौर पे आप कहते हैं गाड़ी हाइब्रिड है, क्या मतलब है हुस्ना? इसका मतलब ये है कि ये गाड़ी पेट्रोल पे भी चलती है और साथ साथ ये इलेक्ट्रिक कार भी है. इसका मतलब ये दोनों फैसिलिटीज हैं, इसलिए इसको हाइब्रिड कहते हैं. इसी तरह यहाँ पे हम इसको हाइब्रिड क्यों कह रहे हैं? बिकॉज इट इज हाइब्रिड ऑफ फाइबर. जहां पे फाइबर की जरूरत है वहां फाइबर डाल दिया गया, और जहां कोएक्स की जरूरत है वहां कोएक्स डाल दिया गया. तो इसका मतलब इट इज यूजिंग बोथ. तो सच अ सोल्यूशन इज कॉल्ड fiber hybrid fiber coax. Coax means coaxial. I think you know about the coaxial cable, which is सबके घरों पे जहां भी केबल टीवी मौजूद है, that the cable which is being used there is a coaxial cable. Okay, so I can show you the example of this, like here. Let you, this is your cable headend where you have this termination system CMTS. So now this is connected to the router, which means the ISP, which means the internet, and it is multiplexing it, but the users are far away from my central office, from my cable headend. Maybe this location is in Cantonment, Peshawar, and you are giving the signal to Hyderabad. अब हैदराबाद तक सिग्नल पहुंचा रहे हैं, तो definitely it is maybe 10 kilometers away. So you use an optical fiber cable which can carry this signal at a very fast rate and without any amplification requirement. So you are using a fiber. Then when you reach Hyderabad, for example, in phase 1 or phase 6 or wherever, so you have an office there or equipment there which converts your optical signal into electrical signal. And we call it OE, which means optical to electrical. So this optic, it is converted into electrical, and then it is sent on a coaxial cable to different sectors of Hyderabad or different streets of Hyderabad. So you are using fiber as well as coaxial. That's the reason it is called hybrid fiber coax. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
question? Nice, ladies and gentlemen. So here now we comes to another solution, ladies and gentlemen, which is called passive optical network, or simply I can say optical network. Why optical network? Because you know, maybe आप में से भी जो 13 स्टूडेंट इस वक्त मेरे साथ ऑनलाइन हैं, उनमें से कई लोग इस वक्त उनके घरों पे ऑप्टिकल नेटवर्क मौजूद है, ऑप्टिकल नेटवर्क मौजूद है. Any one of you who can write here yes just to show me that he or she is using optical network? Azhar Afridi is using optical network, which means he's getting the internet through optical network. Probably Sher Ali is also using optical network. Probably Javeria is also using the optical network. Yes. Mahad Shah is also using the optical network. So what it is basically, ladies and gentlemen, it means that from the central office, Hassan Mahmood is also using the optical network. So basically it means that the signal from the central point or central office to up to your home, and we call such a network also fiber to the home, FTTH, fiber to the home. So we mean now fiber is reaching to your home. Fiber is FTTH, fiber to the home. So they are bringing the fiber to your home, and then Hassan, Javeria, when it reaches to your home, what is the equipment installed at your home? What is the CPE at your home? CPE means consumer premises equipment. Consumer premises equipment. Can you tell me the name? Consumer premises equipment. What is the what is installed at your home? It must be an optical to electrical converter, which will convert the optical signal, received optical signal, into electrical signal, and then you may use the you may feed it to a switch, for example, or you may feed it, switch means the Ethernet switch, or you may feed it to a access point, which is the wireless access point, and then your home is everyone at your home can enjoy very fast internet. Am I right? Mahad, Sher, Javeria, Hassan.
सर मुझे इस पॉइंट की समझ नहीं है सर.
किस पॉइंट की समझ नहीं है बच्चे?
CPE सर.
CPE से समझ नहीं आई. ठीक है जी. जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि अगर ये हमारा सेंट्रल ऑफिस है, ये सेंट्रल ऑफिस है, फॉर एग्जांपल स्ट्रॉम फाइबर का, एज्यूम ये स्ट्रॉम फाइबर का सेंट्रल ऑफिस है, स्ट्रॉम फाइबर. ओके, इस स्ट्रॉम फाइबर से मेरे घर तक, हसन के घर तक, महाद के घर तक, शेर जवेरिया के घर तक, शेर के घर तक क्या लगा दिया गया है? लगा दिया गया ऑप्टिकल फाइबर. ऑप्टिकल फाइबर है ये. तो अगर ये ऑप्टिकल फाइबर है तो इसमें कौन सा सिग्नल मूव कर रहा होगा? इसमें कौन सा सिग्नल मूव कर रहा होगा? इसमें ऑप्टिकल फाइबर है तो इसमें लाइट मूव कर रही होगी, ऑप्टिकल सिग्नल मूव कर रहा होगा. लाइट मींस ऑप्टिकल, ऑप्टिकल सिग्नल मूव कर रहा है. वेरी गुड जवेरिया, वेरी गुड इरम, वेरी गुड. Who wrote optics, optical, whatever. So, but as you know, you have a laptop here, Javeria and Iram, you have a laptop here. So your laptop is an electrical device, electronic device. I hope you agree with me. Electronic device. It cannot work with the optical. The day we got this facility, that we have the optical processors, optical memory, optical logic, optical signal processors, we will be maybe 100 times better than today. Even we are better today, we will be 100 times better. Because here we can achieve in terabits or in gigabits, bits per second. But our electronics devices cannot go beyond gigabits per second. Your processor might be of 2 gigahertz, 3 gigahertz, but not 10 gigahertz. So it means it is in the early gigas. Electronics, slow. That is the major problem with the electronics now. But still it is more than enough for our processing way. So then what I want to explain is, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that these devices are electronic. So we need, when it reaches to our home, we need some equipment, which I call as the consumer premises equipment. Consumer के घर पे जो equipment लगा हुआ है, normally we call it the equipment which is at the consumer premises समझते हैं ना, P, and equipment which is basically an optical to electrical converter, optical to electrical converter. Now after passing to this device, your signal will be in which mode now? After passing to this device, your signal will be in which mode now?
Electrical
or electronic. So if it is electronic, now it can be fed to our access points or to the routers or to the switches, and then it can reach to our devices, which may be the laptops, which may be the smartphones and other devices, maybe the IoT devices. All of them are electronic devices. तो जिसने क्वेश्चन किया था उसको बात मेरी समझ आ गई या still it requires some more explanation?
No sir, समझ आ गई sir.
Nice.
Thank you sir.
You are welcome, Ji. Okay, I appreciate. So gentlemen, here it is the way with your, and I will explain why it is called passive. First I am explaining that this is an optical network. Nice, it is an optical network. It is an optical network. It is an optical network, ON. Then I will explain why we call it a passive optical network. Why we call it, with now we have addition of passive. Anyone can tell me the definition of a passive device? Passive device. The answer is those devices. Ji, Hassan, Mahad, Iram, Javeria, anyone? Good answer, which are not active. But then I will ask, what do you mean by active? And I think that the answer should not be which are not passive. Active is one which is not passive. What is passive? Which is not active. This is not the right answer. Give me some explanation. Where signals are not passing is called active or passive. Javeria is saying which takes an energy. Very right, Javeria. जो एनर्जी ले वो एक्टिव है, जो एनर्जी ना ले वो पैसिव है. ठीक है, नाइस. जैसे कि आपका मिसाल के तौर पे अगर अभी लाइट चली जाती है, मेरा लैपटॉप तो ऑन होगा लेकिन मेरा डीएसएल मॉडेम ऑफ हो जाएगा. इसका मतलब है कि एक्टिव डिवाइस है. इट टेक्स द एनर्जी, इट टेक्स द इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी टू प्रोसेस द सिग्नल. But if this is such a device, like for example, I showed you the splitter yesterday probably. Am I right or wrong?
Yes sir.
तो splitter की कोई power कोई जरूरत थी? No. So it was a passive device. It is a पैसिव डिवाइस. सो सिमिलरली इस डिवाइस के अंदर, इस नेटवर्क के अंदर भी एक डिवाइस यहाँ पे ऐड किया जाता है, इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. यहाँ पे एक डिवाइस लगता है जिसको कहते हैं स्प्लिटर, ऑप्टिकल स्प्लिटर, ऑप्टिकल स्प्लिटर, optical splitter. So the job of this optical splitter is that it takes the signal from the input, and it divides this input into multiple outputs. One goes, for example, to this CPE, the next one is going here, the next is going to another CPE, another home, and so on. So because it doesn't take any power, as said by Javeria, but Iram, you are wrong, where signals are not passed. No signal is passing to this device. Iram, it is not right answer that where signals are not passing. Definitely signal is passing here. The signal is coming from the storm fiber office. It is reaching to the splitter, and it is going to, which means the signals are there and the signals are going to different homes. अगर वहां से सिग्नल ही पास नहीं होता तो then it is not a device even. Make sense? Is it clear to you, Ram?
Yes sir, बिल्कुल. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. तो कहने का मकसद ये हुआ कि you are, because of this device, optical splitter, we call it a passive optical network. But if instead of an optical splitter, you have an optical router here, you are, for example, this is another optical fiber, and now you are putting here a device, you are putting a device here, which is not a splitter, but it is an active device. It is an active device which takes power, and it is the complete router or aggregator. Optical, it is active, it takes power, and it may be called as optical aggregator. Optical aggregator. So now you can at the output again, you will have multiple fibers reaching to different streets, different homes, and so on. So gentlemen, at the central office, we will have a special equipment which is called LTE, line termination equipment. Line termination, because line termination equipment. Okay, LTE. And at the home, now this CPE, I will give the exact name. I gave a generic name, which was CPE, which is a consumer premises equipment. Now I will call it N network terminating equipment, which is at the home of this user. Network termination equipment, whose job is the same, optical to electrical conversion. And through this, you can, after this, passing to this network termination equipment, we will have a electronic signal, and this electronic signal can be fed to the switches, Ethernet switches, or access points, or whatever you have. Is it clear what is the difference between passive optical network and active optical network? Active optical network. And we have now an optical aggregator or an optical router, you may also call them, to this device. So if it is clear, I can go through these slides, that we have an optical line termination, OLT. This OLT, optical line termination, because multiple fibers are connected there to this, as I explained in this whiteboard, instead of calling them LTE, you may call it OLT, optical line termination. And then if the fiber is, multiple fibers are going in different areas, everywhere you will have an optical splitter, which will take a single input and have multiple outputs. And these will terminate at your premises, where we will have the ONT, optical network termination. because here at the home the network is terminating, and at the central office the line, which means the fiber, is terminating, ending. In other words, termination means ending. So this is the equipment here is called the optical line termination, and here is called the optical network termination, which I called a generic name CPE, which is the premises equipment. So after this, you have the electronic signal, and then you can enjoy the your whatever you are using. So here, gentlemen, the good point is that when you are using a passive optical network, you have different fibers which enters into the separator, or you may call it the optical splitter, and it splits up to 32. It can split up to 32 fibers, 1 2 3 up to 32, and it can serve 32 different homes. But as it is a passive device, which means it cannot do the processing, but the signal is passing, but it cannot process the signal, because it doesn't have the power, because it doesn't have the processor, in other words. So definitely then, ladies and gentlemen, what is coming in, it has to allow the same to go everywhere. Then you have to control it at the ONT level, that for example, the user number 1 has, for example, there are 3 services which this office is giving, central office is giving. Maybe the video, which means TV, maybe the voice, maybe the data. So user number 1 is only interested in the TV. User number 2 is only interested in both TV and data. User number 3 is interested in all the 3. He wants triplet service, which means he wants data, TV, and voice, all the 3. So then at the ONT, which is a active device, you will configure it, and you will provide such service to your user. Moreover, gentlemen, the good point here is that you can reach your central office, and the premises of the user can be up to 20 kilometers away, and 20 kilometers you don't need any amplifier or booster. But in the optical networks, in the copper networks, you cannot go more than 5 kilometers or even less. And in the UTP, you cannot go up to more than 100 meters. After 100 meters, you need a repeater. आपने देखा होगा कि आपके घर में जिन लोग, मुझे ये नहीं कहना चाहिए क्योंकि मेरे ख्याल से सबके घरों में टीवी मौजूद है, और सबके से घर में केबल टीवी है. हो सकता है कहीं के घर पे सैटेलाइट हो, डिश एंटेना हो, लेकिन कोई मेजॉरिटी के घरों पे वो लगा हुआ है केबल. तो केबल में आपने देखा होगा कि जगह जगहों पे उन्होंने बूस्टर लगाए होते हैं. बाज़ औक़ात आप अपने घर पे भी आपने बूस्टर लगाया होता है, जो कि उस सिग्नल को इनहेंस करता है, एम्पलीफाई करता है. लेकिन यहाँ पे गुड पॉइंट कि इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. तो अगर नहीं है जरूरत, इक्विपमेंट कम लगेगा तो आपका स्टाफ का इस्तेमाल होगा, फॉल्ट्स कम आएंगे. दिस इज समथिंग गुड. दिस इज पैसिव ऑप्टिकल नेटवर्क, and as compared to this active optical network, this splitter is changed into a router. उस केस में मैंने क्या बताया था कि you can split into 32 different ONTs, but here you can have 500 ONTs. So it means a single router can serve 500 users. That is one good point. The other good point is that your central office, and the distance between the central office and this router or aggregator can be up to 70 kilometers without any repeater, and then 20 kilometers from this router up to the ONTs, which means the subscriber home. It means very less equipment is required from the central office up to the premises of the user. But it's an active device, you need to provide him power. This is an active device, you have to provide him power. Here आपने देखना है कि इनको जहां पे मैंने ये निशान लगाया हुआ है, इसका मतलब कि they require power. ONT require power, but the splitter doesn't require any power. लेकिन यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं, ladies and gentlemen, कि I have shown here this symbol to show that these are all active devices. Does it make sense, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Any question? Any ambiguity which require clarity further? Seems no. Okay, let me continue then. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you can see here in the diagram that you are getting from the central office an optical or a copper cable, maybe a twisted pair cable, or maybe a coaxial cable, or maybe an optical fiber is reaching to your home. Depending upon this fiber, you have a special equipment, premises equipment, consumer premises equipment. For example, if you are a DSL, so it will be a DSL router. Agar if it is a cable, it will be cable modem. If it is a cable headend, it will be optical network termination equipment. Okay. Then, gentlemen, nowadays, when we have an electrical signal and we have an electrical router there, like in the DSL, you have a DSL router. I hope you have seen the DSL router. और मैंने अपनी लास्ट क्लास में आपको इस प्रैक्टिकली दिखाया भी था कि देख लें जी, ये है डीएसएल रूटर. तो इस डीएसएल रूटर को में अब मल्टीपल फंक्शनैलिटी एक ही बॉक्स के अंदर बंद कर दी गई है. पहले ये फंक्शनैलिटी अलग अलग बॉक्सेस में थी, अब एक ही बॉक्स में बंद कर दी गई है. यानी आपने उस दिन लास्ट टाइम देखा था कि उसी के अंदर कुछ पोर्ट स्विच के तौर पे भी थी, इथरनेट पोर्ट्स थी, 4 पोर्ट थी जो मैंने आपको दिखाया था. उसी के अंदर एंटेना लगा दिया गया और एक्सेस पॉइंट का काम भी उससे ले लिया गया, और उसके अंदर रूटिंग की फैसिलिटी भी रख दी गई कि वो आपके सिग्नल को आपके लोकल नेटवर्क से ले और आपके वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क की तरफ उसको थ्रो कर दे, और जो वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क की तरफ से आए उसको आपके नेटवर्क की तरफ ले आए. तो इसका मतलब है कि इसके अंदर राउटर की फैसिलिटीज भी हैं, इसके अंदर एक्सेस पॉइंट की भी हैं, इसके अंदर स्विच की भी हैं, इसके अंदर फायरवॉल की भी हैं, इसके अंदर नेट की भी है. सो व्हाट मीन्स बाय अ राउटर, व्हाट मीन्स बाय अ फायरवॉल, और व्हाट मीन बाय अ नेट? Ladies and gentlemen, by router I mean, as I explained, that it works with the IPs. Like for example, I shown you in the last class as well that when I am using the CMD and I do the IP config, I can show you that I have got some IP address, and the IP address today is 10.3, which I received today, 30th April, and it can this IP address will be available with me today. Early morning at 5:21 I started my computer and started teaching. The first class which I took was at 5:30, right? So that's the reason I started my PC at okay. So gentlemen, so it means this device, okay, so gentlemen, the what is the scenario? That this, who provided me this? The DSL router. So the DSL router is playing with the IP addresses, providing me the IP address, then I send him the traffic, and then you look at whether it is the local traffic or it is this traffic need to go to the wide area network, I mean the internet. So this is a router. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, it can play as a firewall as well. It can play as a firewall as well. What is a firewall? It is a security application. It is a security application. It means what is allowed and what is not allowed. What is allowed and what is not allowed. For example, I place here a facility, an application where I place the rules. That, for example, from the outside, whatever is coming, but it cannot go to inside my network. It cannot go inside my network. I place this device, for example, here. After this, here I have placed this device after this NTE network, or after this optical network termination, ONT. Instead of calling it NTE, I call it optical network termination, ONT. And here I call it optical line termination, OLT. Okay. So gentlemen, here I place the rules. This firewall is about the rules. कहाँ पे, कौन सी साइट पे जाया जा सकता है, किन सर्वर्स की तरफ जाया जा सकता है, किन एप्लीकेशंस की तरफ, वेब पेजेस की तरफ जाया जा सकता है और किन की तरफ नहीं जाया जा सकता. These are called the firewall. This is the job of the firewall. इवन आपके नेटवर्क के अंदर जाके भी कौन से कंप्यूटर की तरफ जाया जा सकता है, कौन की तरफ नहीं जाया जा सकता. मिसाल तौर पे आप अलाउ, बिजनेस में आप अलाउ करना चाहते हैं कि आपके वेब सर्वर की तरफ कोई आ सके, आपके ईमेल की तरफ आ सके, लेकिन आपके फाइल और डेटाबेस सर्वर की तरफ ना आ सके. So you can all place these rules in your firewall. Make sense, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
The last
sir.
thing, nice gentlemen. The last thing which I want to explain is the network netting, network NAT, N-A-T, network address translation, network address translation. What it is? Network address translation. इंशाल्लाह जब आपको कितने लोगों में, आप में से कितने लोगों ने मुझे प्रोवाइड कर दिया अपना ईमेल एड्रेस वगैरह, और उसमें लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन प्लीज आई विल ओनली लुक एट द एड्रेसेस, ईमेल एड्रेसेस विच आर यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ आपके हैं, क्योंकि उसमें मैं आपको ग्रेड करूंगा. तो आपके अगर 2 ईमेल एड्रेसेस हुए तो इट विल बिकम वेरी डिफिकल्ट, 2 या 3 हुए तो इट विल बिकम नियरली इम्पॉसिबल फॉर मी कि मैं किसको किसके मार्क्स दूंगा. इसलिए जस्ट प्रोवाइड मी योर फर्स्ट नेम, लास्ट नेम एंड योर ईमेल एड्रेस विच इज रजिस्टर्ड विद द यूनिवर्सिटी, यानी कि जिसके ऊपर मैं एड्रेस, अब मैं आपका रिजल्ट बना सकूं. इज इट राइट अजहर, इरम, जवेरिया? ऑलरेडी सबमिटेड? ओके, नाइस. तो अगर किसी ने नहीं किया हुआ तो वो भी कर ले, ठीक है. तो स्टिल चांस इज देयर. उसके बाद जब नहीं होगा तो फिर मैं, अगर इसके बाद वंस मैं क्लास क्रिएट कर लूंगा, उसके बाद अगर कोई देना चाहेगा तो आई विल से हिम सॉरी, क्योंकि मैंने प्रोबेबली 26 अप्रैल का ये रिक्वेस्ट डाली हुई है. तो 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, तो 5 दिन में अगर कोई मुझे 3 चीजें नहीं दे सकता, अपना नाम नहीं बता सकता, तो देन आई विल से सॉरी. और जब ग्रेड खराब होगा तो आई विल से डबल सॉरी. Submit with an email which is registered with your university. Simple as this. ठीक है आतिफ?
सर ये आपने जो सिस्को का ईमेल मांगा था सर,
जी
सर उसमें अपना यूनिवर्सिटी का ईमेल देना है या नहीं? फॉर्म
जी
जो
बिल्कुल उसमें, जी बिल्कुल उसमें आपका यूनिवर्सिटी का ईमेल मैंने मांगा है कि आपने वो ईमेल एड्रेस दें जो कि आपने यूनिवर्सिटी को प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है.
सर वो तो हमने पहले एक याहू का ईमेल यूज किया था सर, हमने वो वाले दिए हैं सर.
नहीं, अब ये वाला आप प्रोवाइड कर दें, उसमें मैंने डुप्लीकेशन की फैसिलिटी दी हुई है कि अगर आप गलती से आपने वो किया हुआ है तो दोबारा दे दें, क्योंकि जब उसमें आप कुछ एग्जाम्स देंगे तो फिर मैं किस तरह उसको और इसको मैच करूंगा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट आतिफ?
सर उसके अंदर जो मेल सबमिट करना था वो तो सर हमने जो अपना मेरे मतलब ईमेल है वो हमने दिया है, यूनिवर्सिटी का मेल तो हमने नहीं दिया.
तो दे देना, अभी ये कह रहा हूँ, अभी ओपन है, आप दे सकते हैं.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ji. So let me continue then. So this is the network address translation. What is this address translation? Gentlemen, आगे जाके मैं आपको पढ़ाऊंगा कि IP addresses, especially IPv4 addresses जो हम mostly इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, these IPv version 4 addresses are of two types. One is called the public IP addresses. One is called the public IP addresses, and the other one are called the private IP addresses. Public IP addresses must be unique. These addresses must be unique. If you want to talk to the rest of the world, you must have a unique public IP address. So, but these public IP addresses are not free. And the number of IPv4 addresses possible are approximately 3.4 billion. But the number of users are more than 20 billion. 20 and expected to be cross 50 billion. For this, the solution was sorted out that we should have some of the private IP addresses. So within the LAN, we will be using the private IP addresses. We will be using the private IP addresses. And we will be placing a special application which is called a NAT function or NAT application, which is called a translation. Nothing more, it is a translator, where we have placed some public IP addresses, a pool of public IP addresses, may I call it, a pool of public IP addresses. So what happens, ladies and gentlemen, that this private IP, you are playing with this, or you are sending your traffic, as in my case. आप लोग भी मुझे अपना IP एड्रेस बताएं, जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे अवेलेबल हैं, राइट इन द चैट बॉक्स. Mine is 10.3, 192.168.10.3. What's your? Mine is this one, 192.168.10.3 is mine. What is yours? Azhar Ali 192.168.18.55, share 192.168.17.18.7, Iram 192.168.10.4, which is very near to me. Mine is 10.3. Nice. Maz 18.10, Hassan 100.2. They all are private IP addresses. Short ये क्यों मैंने आप लोगों से करवाया? These are all private IP addresses, and they cannot be used to connect to the internet. Madad Shah, Mahat Shah 10.10. These are all private IP addresses. इसलिए छोटी सी drill आपसे करवाई. So all the IP addresses within the local area network are private. Okay, Osama, 0.107. This is again a private IP address. None of them is a public IP address. But we want to connect to the internet. We want to connect to the internet where only the public IP addresses are acceptable. This is the internet where only the public IP addresses are acceptable. What need to be done? Simple answer is that we need a translator here. We need a translator here whose job should be to get the request on a private IP address, a private IP address here in green, change it, translate it into a public IP address. I write here PU for public and PR for private. So it translates a private into public and give it to the internet, where number of users are millions of billions of users are connected. These user will send to this public IP address, to this PU. When it will reach here, it will translate it again into private and give it to the different users which are at your home. It may be your laptop, maybe your smartphone, maybe your brother's laptop, your sister's laptop, and so on. So this is a device, an application whose job is to translate between the private to the public and vice versa. So here I was explaining you that this is also the job of this device. So what probably I completed is the when we are using the access network for small network from homes, small offices. Inshallah, next week I will be talking about again access network but for the enterprises. Iram, please do remember, it will be slide number 52. If there is any question, I am available, and if not, then I may say Allah Hafiz to you, and because I have to so this is the link for this whiteboard. So I shared it with you. So do you have any question? Azhar is saying Allah Hafiz. Anyone else?
No, sir.